Hello and welcome back. Now, I got a bit impatient with certain things and was like, I want to play now.
How can I help?
So, of course, need a few things like this, maybe this, maybe this. I'm destroying the city industry, so I don't need to build, like, the town centre. I'm going to build a Latin chapel here. And I think what I shall do is I shall raise another army. Fighter. Ooh. I just know where the enemy is. Of course you do.
Warriors all! Set up a watch! Thirsty for battle! Get moving! Father be praised! How can I help? Ready for battle!
Now I've got nowhere near enough food, which might be a slight issue.
Ready
The
for
claw
battle!
of the bears. Yeah, my units are going to suffer a tad for a while. So, what I'm going to have to do is get a few new buildings up, get the city converted and things. And hope I can stop my armies deserting and advance on nearby provinces, which I can then hopefully take and begin the real construction of the Suebi kingdom. I'm settling down in the Cartha. Actually, I should have renamed the city by now, so I'm gonna go and rename it to Suebi. Maybe I'll rename it to New Suebi or after my king, since he shall be known as the one who led the Suebi to greatness. Yep, I'm losing plenty of men. As you can tell, it's all this, really.
Ready for orders! We will hear the lamentation of their women! Move out!
So that gives some extra wealth. I may begin helping with certain things.
For the tribe!
Now I'll find out what... Yeah, I'm gonna get an artisan. That's what I think I'm gonna need. Then again, I could get that, rather... Screw it, I'm gonna get a what do I want to get? I'm eating all that. Yeah, I'm just gonna end this turn and decide what I want to do soon. So I'll rename it next turn. Once it's beginning to prosper again, like actually has the food it needs, I'll probably then rename it. Listening to this constantly can get a bit annoying as well. Well, not really. Just random. Don't know. Yay, more men lost. Again. It'll take a long time for that to convert, which is an issue. Plus there's hardly any wealth now.
Thirsty for battle. Besieging settlement. Laying siege to their hovels.
And slightly worn down army will still be able to take him on, I think. I'm not even going to have to use the full force. If I need to use the full force, I can probably keep the rest in reserve. Since he has a small archer force, some cav, which I could easily outmatch, and 2 heavy melee units, which my war bands and ranged units can wear down. And this place also, while it will have certain things like watch towers, they'll be much easier to deal with, as I could actually just light them on fire altogether and such. So, let's see. Judging by the map, there's going to be, well, there's 5 entrances, and he has 4 units. Now, I won't have a positive idea on which side each one's on. Now, I have the melee advantage and everything, so I don't want it to be raining. Just the dry deployment again. Now, this is what I mean. The towers still are here, but there's a lot less in terms of strength of tower. Now the brigands, I'm going to probably rush the towers. And I hope to begin using the Suebi unique units.
The enemy draws near. Our general is being attacked. Keep him alive. We will crush the enemy with our greater numbers. We hunger for blood and battle.
So there's their little melee unit. These guys just offload on them. Now this one's taking a pounding. But once these guys are out of ammo, I'm going to pull them back. Though, I think they've left a slight mark on certain parts of their units.
Brigands! Move it! Soldiers of Christ, attack! Battle ready and eager!
Yep, these guys have taken a pounding because of that. Now, I'm sending these guys to engage initially, even if it gets a lot of them killed. I want to get that tower out, and if I get that tower out, it becomes a lot easier to kill these.
Their tower has fallen! Good news! Get running!
So, here's their archers. They're gonna get smashed.
Spears ready!
And that tower's out of the way now. So let's crush this unit entirely. Now, that tower's going to be taken quickly. It's mine. So, yeah. That prevents them getting shot a lot.
We have destroyed the enemy tower!
No, all of you go there. In particular, I want you two to engage those.
Spearmen ready for battle! Brigands! Nobles! Yeah! Charge!
Charge into these. Move wherever, I don't care. Just stop firing, you're gonna kill my own units. Now I'm gonna break the barricade with the skirmishers, who aren't too great in melee, I believe. Well, they could be brilliant, I just don't know it. So just watch them just punch the barricade down, eventually. So all the infantry will engage out from the front. These guys will just eventually break down the barricade, because why not? Now go and capture that, while they're busy dealing with this. So that's going to go down relatively soon now. And then I'll go and attack from the front with these as well. Now they are outnumbered so severely, they are just... Yeah, I can stand the ban. So, that was brilliant. So either way, with certain things like that, I think it's safe to say 1. And they did prove pretty resistant. So their garrison army was crushed. I lost very few in comparison to them. And I've now got Malacca. And I shall just occupy it.
Ready for orders. Ready for battle.
And that's actually, I think, got food. Since there's this. No.
Thirsty for
Now the
battle.
other part of this is Hispawis and Corbada. Now Hispawis,
For the tribe. Ready for battle.
I can begin my advance on basically immediately. And I'll also get these military maneuvers to get certain new units. If I take this here, that basically secures me southern Spain to an extent, which is lovely. Oh, I may still sign a provincial governor. More loyal. I don't care if it makes it easier. Bayteka, yeah, I'll have you, like, resettlement, because that's awesome. So overall, I think I'm gonna do okay this time. So these three, or these two rather, are my targets. Corbuda being, or Corduba, not Corbuda, is gonna be the next big city I take. Hispalis is gonna be another one of the towns. These two towns together will... I'm not sure if that will cut off their food ability yet. It might. And if it does that, well, it's going to be much easier. Now, due to the small area that it'll be able to enter through in comparison to invading by the sea, I am going to try and get a strong navy. A few dudes. Good omen. Nice. So they're gonna begin calming down. At the current rate, there'll be a rebellion in however many turns. Meanwhile, back here, there's going to be a rebellion at some point. Most likely. Well, it's actually going to begin recovering soon enough. The food reserves here, plus the fact that it's autumn, is helping. Now, taking out Hispalis is going to be good. Now, this is going to get even easier. I think I can restore a resolve using a protective stance due to my severe missile superiority. Now, I'm not sure what the AI is going to have done. Still lost a few, but hey, it's going to lose a few. And it killed all of theirs. Occupy.
Thirsty for battle.
So this area as a whole is now quite comfortably under the nation's control. And he's got another 2 skills. Less corruption and authority. Fatigue rate is always nice. So he's going to become quite a good general, I think. And now at this point I control a substantial amount of southern Spain, though not enough to be considered quite the kingdom I want. Keep tax low. Get lots of stuff. So, other things is Latin Christianity is now the big thing. And I'm at war with a whole bunch of nations, including the 2 Roman empires. So, either way, you're the dude that's governing this place. Either way, there's gonna have to be increased amount of expansion once I've got certain areas, since I believe Rome will actually stabilize the more lands it loses. The more it loses, the stronger its enemies become, meaning it will eventually reach a point where it's stable, but it's too weak to stop further conquests against it. But sometimes, now, I've played 2 campaigns to a certain extent, where it loses a lot of its unstable lands, and then it's like, it has just enough to like rebound and begin taking them back, and it becomes extremely strong. Like, I've seen most of the time it loses northern France and Iberia, and sometimes, well, most of the time it loses most of northern Africa. Though sometimes it doesn't. Wait, there was 2 local industry? Why? Why would you have 2 local industry? Now, not very wealthy now at this point, am I? I'm gonna let this area stabilize a tad before I continue conquering. Or I can do this immediately.
None will escape. We take this settlement for the tribe. Let them cower before us.
Now, like, things like, it's just not a very stable area at the moment. However, I hope to end that by taking Cordoba. And what the hell was that? But either way, this will secure my borders in a more nice looking fashion. And I will be able to begin producing enough food for this kingdom, not empire yet, to survive. Now, I still wish there's like a way in this game where if one of the Roman empires fell and then you say took Rome back, or Constantinople, or some other important areas they both owned, like, you'd be able to become just the Roman Empire rather than like remain Eastern or Western. Like, it'd be nice to see, like, say the Western collapses and the Eastern, like, takes over Italy and begins staying back in North Africa. I wish they would be able to, like, proclaim themselves Rome. Just Roman Empire, rather than Eastern Roman Empire. And it, like, gains access to the units used by both of them, rather than just being, like, unique units. It would just be both units. So you'd have, like, special things. And that was pretty easy. It's getting better, this is. I think what I'm gonna have to build here is some stuff that, like, now, meeting hall, I think yeah, it goes from the town centre. The market stalls are this. So I could get a slave market, a fairground, or an amber market. Or I could get this stuff. And I think I'll go with the meeting hall, which means I could build an artisan or farmstead.
To the gates of heaven!
So a rebellion will happen here very soon, unless...
Aidan! Kichitan! None will escape!
Yeah, I think there's going to be a rebellion of some sorts, either way. Now, this here gives some extra public order. Oops. Let's get all the, like, level 1 techs, at very least. Now, conquering an empire is much easier, I think, than maintaining one. Especially if that one is already beginning to fail. So, either way, I'm not sure where I'm going to go from here. Like, I want to conquer Iberia, which is quite a bit. To, like, conquering France and North Africa. And eventually taking over the effective Roman Empire's territories. And then trying to maintain this my very self against the Huns and such. Though I have no idea if the Huns will actually be terrifying up until Attila takes over. I'm pretty sure he does make them terrifying, and you have to defeat him either 3 times on the field of battle, or you have to do something else, which I can't remember.
Attack! Lay siege to their hovels!
Now, they'd collapse relatively quickly. Now I'm just going to auto-resolve it. Again, with protective stance, since I have missile superiority. And I don't want massive casualties. I need to maintain these armies as best as I can. Now, that gives me those. And, well... a rebellion will happen in 2 turns. Now I'd be able to convert that to a town centre, so repair all of this. I'm not interested in the mercenary, not of yet anyway. Now,
Ready for battle!
you're going to mutinize in my capital. Decimate ordered. I'm just gonna do it. It's not gonna recover anytime soon. Now the trade jetties I don't think are going to be worth very much for now. So I think I might resort to switching over to fishing jetties for extra cash. And that might, interestingly, break them. Not break them, will hopefully enable me to begin producing food again. So with southern Spain under my control, I have a good power base to expand from into North Africa and into Europe. Now, this is where my path will ultimately change. And I'm actually thinking that maybe I should have gone for Cordoba instead, as that would have been slightly more central and would have had better looking borders, I guess. Now, another thing that I'm interested in is also conquering, eventually, the entire Sassanid Empire as well. The entire European world. Now, they're beginning to desert as well. Now, there's one thing I hate in this game, it's how the AI just loves using its agents. Talk them down. No need to use violence there. Now granary will give some extra stuff. In comparison, waterworks will provide more sanitation and an extra public order. Now if I convert it to this, some of the public order increase is going to go away, but this will begin getting more food, which I think is worth it. So, a provincial governor. Wait, no. I didn't want to do that. Well, that was a stupid move. Whoops. Now, I think my power base will mainly come from taking over Iberia and developing that in particular, which I will then probably expand upon by then taking over masses of land in a short period using very powerful armies, while using Spain as my income, and those conquered territories is simply just a way of measuring how good I am. But either way, I'm going to end the episode here, since I've made a pretty considerable conquest of, I guess you could say, either doubled or tripled the territorial mass of my land. And I'm not sure if the wealth is really increased though. It's still a pretty desolate nation. Either way, I'll just wait till this ends and then I'll end the episode here. There may even be more tonight if I get into a further playing mood, or even more. Well, there's definitely going to be more tomorrow. What a shithead. Either way, I'll set this to be researched, and, well, yeah. See, my wealth isn't exactly the greatest thing ever. So, I could set a few things to be done, but in particular I want to get these built. And I'm going to get a farmstead in Hispalia. And I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching.